Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The world out there is full of distractions, full of noise. People will tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. They'll have their opinions, their expectations, their demands. But here's the truth. If you don't focus on yourself, you're going to lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you lose everything. Too often we get caught up in the hustle of life, trying to please everyone around us. Our families, our friends, our colleagues, and even strangers on social media. We give so much of ourselves to others that we forget the most important person in the equation, ourselves. We forget to prioritize our own needs, our own desires, and our own mental and emotional well-being. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish or disregarding others. It means recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you focus on yourself, you're not abandoning the people around you. In fact, you become more capable of showing up for them. You become more resilient, more energized, and more capable of giving. But first, you have to give to yourself. You have to make sure that you are healthy, physically, emotionally, and mentally. You have to recognize your own value and ensure that you're not constantly giving away pieces of yourself to others while leaving nothing behind for your own growth. Prioritizing yourself means setting boundaries. It means recognizing when you're stretched too thin and having the courage to say no when something isn't in alignment with your own goals or well-being. Too many of us say yes to things out of obligation, fear of disappointing others, or a sense of duty. But the truth is, every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to something that can enrich your life, whether that's time for yourself, time with loved ones, or time to chase your own dreams. By prioritizing yourself, you're giving yourself permission to take control of your life, to direct your energy where it matters most. Focusing on yourself also means listening to your own needs and desires. How often do we ignore our inner voice in favor of pleasing others or following what society tells us is the right path? The truth is, you know yourself better than anyone else ever will. You know what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, and what helps you grow. Trust that inner wisdom. Focus on your own passions, your own growth, and your own joy. Don't let the noise of the world drown out your true desires. Taking time for yourself might look different for everyone. It could be carving out time for hobbies, investing in your health, or simply spending time alone in quiet reflection. Whatever it is, it's necessary. When you make yourself a priority, you're not just improving your own life, you're creating a stronger, more centered version of yourself, which ultimately benefits everyone around you. Too many of us live our lives in pursuit of external validation. We constantly seek approval from others, whether it's our parents, our friends, our bosses, or even strangers on social media. We tailor our actions, decisions, and behaviors to fit what we think others expect of us, hoping for praise or acknowledgement. But here's the problem. When you live for the approval of others, you're living in someone else's vision for your life, not your own. And no matter how hard you try to meet those expectations, you'll always feel a sense of emptiness because deep down, you'll know you're not living authentically. Seeking approval is an exhausting cycle. We modify ourselves to meet other people's ideas of success, and we continue to chase that approval, never truly satisfied. The more we seek validation from others, the more we depend on their opinions for our sense of self-worth. This dependency leads us away from who we truly are, clouding our judgment and distracting us from our own passions, values, and dreams. It's like building your identity based on someone else's blueprint. An identity that's fragile and easily shaken when their opinions change or when they stop offering the validation we crave. When you focus on living for yourself and stop seeking constant approval, you free yourself from that cycle. You start making decisions based on your own principles, your own goals, and what truly feels right for you. You start to realize that your worth isn't determined by how others see you, but by how you see yourself. You become less concerned with fitting into other people's expectations and more focused on shaping your own life according to your desires and aspirations. It takes courage to stop seeking approval, it means facing the fear of judgment, the fear of rejection, and the fear of being misunderstood. But when you let go of the need for approval, you begin to make choices that align with your true self. You start taking risks, following your passions, and doing what brings you joy without worrying about whether others will approve. This shift in perspective allows you to live freely, to grow in ways that are authentic to you, and to embrace your uniqueness without the need for validation. Living for yourself doesn't mean isolating yourself from others or disregarding their opinions altogether. It simply means recognizing that while their opinions may matter, they don't define your worth or determine your happiness. You are the one who holds the power to shape your life, and when you stop seeking validation from others, you unlock a level of confidence and self-assurance that no external approval can ever provide. Every day we make decisions that shape our lives, yet too many of us make those decisions based on external pressures, fear, or doubt. We second-guess ourselves, letting the opinions of others influence us, or holding ourselves back because we're afraid of making the wrong choice. But here's the truth. The choices you make today will dictate the path your life takes tomorrow. You are the only one who can decide where you go, how far you go, and the kind of person you become. If you don't own your choices, you're allowing others or circumstances to control your destiny. When you own your choices, you take responsibility for the direction of your life. You stop blaming others or your circumstances for where you are or where you're not. Instead, you recognize that you are in control, and every decision, big or small, is a step toward creating the life you want. It's empowering to realize that you are not a passive bystander in your own story. You are the author, the director, and the lead actor. But owning your choices requires something crucial: confidence in your own judgment. It means trusting yourself. Even when things don't go as planned, there will always be uncertainty. But when you trust your instincts and believe in your ability to navigate challenges, you empower yourself to make bold moves. Even if things don't turn out perfectly, owning the decision gives you the opportunity to learn and grow. You understand that setbacks are not failures. They are lessons that help refine your path and your purpose. Too many of us live our lives according to what we think others want or expect. We make choices based on the idea of what will they think or will this please them, instead of considering, does this align with my values, or is this the life I want to build? The problem with this is that when you live for others, you are constantly compromising who you truly are. Your choices are dictated by fear,